Listen. Suvarloka is all about stable bliss, absolute health and stable bliss. Maharloka is all about the highest peak possibilities. Jana Loka is the place where you can exist in multiple bodies at a time. You experience oneness as the super reality. Anyone who experiences Jana Loka loses all forms of violence and fear, because you know you exist in everyone. From the Janaloka space only, I look at the anti-Hindu elements who are against Hinduism or against Nithyananda. Suddenly all their enmity collapses. They themselves don't know why their anger and enmity towards Nithyananda has disappeared. Only I know the secret. This is the secret. From the space of Maharloka and Janaloka, even if you just look at your enemies once, remember them, they lose their enmity, because Maharloka is centered on oneness. Janaloka is centered on oneness expanded into multiple beings. Listen. If you are experiencing oneness, it is Maharloka. If you are experiencing oneness during the multiple expression, even though there are many people, but you know you are in all of them, that is Janaloka. Even if you listen to these powerful cognitions, you will be irreversibly empowered. Tapaloka is that last struggle you go through. Sometimes you know you are Paramashiva. Sometimes you just slip off. But again you say, I am Paramashiva. That space is the Tapoloka. An absolute surrender. Whether I am remembering, I am manifesting Paramashivatva, or I am deluded, I surrender both to Paramashiva. When you take that decision, you are lifted to Brahmaloka. You move to the Brahmaloka. The deep surrender lifts you to Brahmaloka. So understand. Then from there you move to Parandama, Vaikunta, and Kailasa, then Mahakailasa itself. I can project this, a simple kind of a drawing to give you a rough idea about how the lokas are placed. It's not to the scale or to the it is just a rough introduction, kind of an idea it can give you. You can see the Jambudvipa is the known world where we all are now. All human beings, all of us are now in Jambudvipa. Suvarloka is absolute youth, excitement, energy, absolute power, bliss, no boredom, no tiredness, eternal life, Amara Loka, eternal life. Time does not tire you. Frustrations does not bore you. Failures do not age you. Because they all don't exist in Suvarloka. Then the higher, Maharloka, is the possibility of the oneness, consciousness manifests. You get the glimpse of oneness in Maharloka. And Janaloka, rooted on the oneness, you experience multiverses. That is the Janaloka. Tapoloka is like a literally last minute, last moment before entering into the ultimate. The moment you drop even your struggles, see, struggles are also psychodrama. Struggles are nothing but the arrogance and psychodrama. It has no logical meaning, rational support. So when you understand your struggles are just stupidity, which has no logical reason or rational support or right to exist in you. Your struggles have no right to exist in you morally. Your struggles have no moral right to exist in you. So, when you understand your struggles are your stupidities and they do not have the right to exist in you, Tapoloka opens and gives you Brahmaloka entry. Then from Brahmaloka, you move to Vaikunta Parandama, then Kailasa, the space of Paramashiva, and Mahakailasa itself, absolute oneness with Paramashiva, Paramashivatva. So understand, the drawing shows about the lower worlds also, the parallel universe, lower level existence, like Bhuloka, Patalaloka, Atalaloka, Vitalaloka, Sutalaloka, Talatalaloka, Mahatalaloka, Rasatalaloka, and Patalaloka. As I said, you don't need to worry about them. You will never be pushed into that world. Even after death, you will never be pushed into that world. And you will only be now consciously lifted to the higher lokas. And be very clear, you can have the glimpse of the higher lokas and come back and bring even those gifts back to this loka and start living here, enjoying here. My purpose is to bring the supernal effulgence, the higher DNA, human DNA, higher animal DNA, higher plants DNA, everything from the higher lokas, and share it to this world as a gift. See, every power manifestation is the supernal effulgence DNA I brought here. Using the DNA, I altered your conscious genetical existence. See, each one of you have a conscious genetic code with which you operate. It's called Shakti Tattva of you. Your definition of you, your decision to exist as you, by infusing the supernal effulgence DNA into that conscious genetic code can be upgraded, altered, modified, raised.